Hello, my name is Mark Siskowski, and I work for Toyota. Recently, my company and stem cell research were intertwined to create a machine. Now, that machine takes us into heaven. In heaven, there's a man who died 52 years ago. His name is James Byron Dean. He's here with us today in heaven. Come in.
Did I get the right room?
Oh yes, come on in.
Well, alright. Nice to meet you. Oh, I see the proper preparations have been prepared.
So, tell me, Mr. Dean, what is your full name?
Well, it's actually James Byron Dean.
Yeah. And I believe, everyone's itching to know this. How did you get started with your film career?
It's kind of a funny story. You see, my first acting job really was a Pepsi commercial that I did. That's really how I got started in the real big biz.
So, I hear that you mimic Marlon Brando in your acting?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could say that I got a lot of my inspiration from that amazing actor, but, to say that I'm a copycat, I like to think I do it better.
Very good, Mr. Dean. So, you were something of an icon to millions of teen Americans. Now, how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, I'm an idol. Every kid dreams of being an idol, and I fulfilled my dreams. It can feel good, it can be stressful at times.
Right, I'm sure it must be very stressful. Anyways, Mr. James Dean, you're a racer. Is that only in your films or in real life also?
Yeah, that's kind of a difficult subject for me because it's what caused my death. I owned a Porsche Spyder. Really nice car. I love to race. I drive it really fast down the empty roads. You don't expect anyone coming. You know, and you're driving along and the wind's in your hair. That's the life.
Right, I'm sure that's a life. I've never raced personally. Anyways, so that Porsche, you want to crash with a Ford, and that's what caused your death, right? Tell me a little about it.
Well, I was riding in my Porsche with my mechanic, and we were going 65. Actually, earlier that day, we were stopped by a cop. He gave me a ticket, and I didn't learn from it. I kept driving that fast. I came around a corner. There was a Ford. He was in my lane, and bada bing, bada boo, I'm dead.
Bada bing, bada boo. So, did you feel it was your time to go?
Well, no one wants to die in their 20s. I mean, my acting career was just starting. I had these nice movies coming out. I had 3 so far under my belt. A lot of awards, and you get that all taken away from you. You take that for granted. But a lot of people say that my career, I wouldn't be the legend I am today if I hadn't have died.
Right, you are very much a legend, Mr. Dean. Now, which of your 3 major films, East of Eden, Rebel Without a Cause, and Giant, now which would you say is most dear to you?
Long time ago, you know, hardly remember those films. Okay, Rebel Without a Cause. I probably felt that one really meant something to me. You know, it was really the one that I felt I could relate with.
What Well, what about East of Eden? What about Giant? Those are both great films.
Well, yeah, I know. Those are good movies too, but Rebel Without a Cause, it's my favorite.
What? Well, how can you say that is your favorite? What about these other two? They were both excellent. My favorite 50s movies.
You're tearing me apart!
Listen, James Dean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. They're all great movies. It's alright if Rebel Without a Cause your favorite. It's alright, I'm sorry. Alright. So, what would you say is your favorite food?
I don't know. Cigarettes are good. I like them. That's a food.
Alright, well, you know, cigarettes have been proven to be very bad for you. You know, if I were you, I would have chosen something more like chicken.
Don't call me chicken! Hey! Don't call me chicken!
No, James,
Come on!
no, I'm
No
sorry,
chicken,
I'm
no
sorry!
cabin.
James! No, Mr. Dean, stop! Listen, I'm sorry. That was not appropriate. Even in heaven. Alright. Alright. It's over. It's over. Let's see, who does your hair?
I don't know. I do my own hair. Everyone does their own hair.
Well, Mr. Dean, that's all I got. Listen, thank you a lot for your time, and I'm sorry for the misunderstanding we had earlier. It's a pleasure to meet you.
See ya.
Well, that concludes our interview with James Dean. Thank you for joining me.